It's a Tiger Sport. Oh yeah. Ready? Tommy Barney Ho! It's a bit harsh over bumps, but nowhere near as harsh as any other bikes I've got. No gear indicator, it's a bit of a bugger. But it has got heated grips with handguards. Look at this. Look. With handguards. Yes. And on a very windy day, I was pootling along quite happily on this. It's very good. Fuel lights on, but then, yeah, it's because it's a demo bike, as always. But I haven't got my wallet on me, so I'd best not run out of fuel or I'm a little bit stuck. Yeah, it's got poke. It's a 1050 triple, same as the speed triple. However, they've changed the mapping slightly, so a bit more torque, not quite so much power. Whee! Still got the single-sided swing arm, very nice. Get to see the whole rear wheel. But with the handguards and the heated grips, your hands stay relatively cool. And it's not that cold today anyway. The trip computer's got everything from average fuel to range to go and all that sort of thing. However, it doesn't have a gear indicator. Now, for many people that doesn't matter. I don't currently have one on my bike. But on an engine like this where you're not sure how much torque you've got and that sort of thing, it'd be nice to know what gear you're in. Also, if it's one of those bikes that you're going to be commuting on probably, or touring on. This one's got a lovely top box on it. But yes, you're either going to be commuting or touring, and knowing which gear you're in for fuel consumption is probably a nice thing if you can do it. Because obviously you've got the best fuel consumption in a higher gear. But so far, it leans over nicely. Not much I can say about it really, except that if I were to have one, I would probably... Well, no, I'd get bored of this, to be honest. I'd rather have a speed triple instead of this. That's a big hole. Wow. Well, a very big hole. So here we are, stopped. So it's got the engine bars fitted for if you drop it. It's a second-hand one. It's done about 2,000 miles. It's got the top box, matching red paint. It's very nice. It's lockable, and I'm told quite easy to remove. But I've also heard the Triumph top boxes rattle. Certainly on the Trophy and the Sprint GT, they rattled. Although that's a nice backrest pad for a pillion passenger on that top box. It says Triumph. It's a bit flash, but there we go. So yes, the handguards I was talking about, heated grips. They could do with an anodised front brake reservoir, obviously. Bit of bling. It depends what you like, really. I mean, it's got a pointy nose, pointy face. It's got your bog standard Triumph indicators, which aren't the best, but alright. Not much to say about it, really. It's got a centre stand, which makes maintenance easier. It's got ABS. And it's got a nice red pinstripe by the wheels. This hasn't got the arrow pipe, so it's not very loud. It's a bit of a unassuming commuter bike, really. I like the red stitching on the seat. Can you see that? Not bad. Not really rambunctious enough for me, though, to be fair. The one thing I found was a bit annoying was the screen. It's the wrong height for me. I get a lot of wind noise, which I don't get when I'm on a naked bike, which is a bit weird, but there we go. So it actually increases wind noise, having a screen. But other than that, I don't think you can have one without a screen. No, it looked a bit silly. So, yeah, all in all, it's alright. A very utilitarian bike. Just like the Speed Triple, it has an oil cooler as well as a conventional coolant radiator. It is liquid cooled, after all. Upside down forks. Nissin radial brakes. It's all very nice. Not much more to say about it. It is a Tiger Sport. Let's see if we can be a bit rambunctious, shall we? See, that happens on the Speed as well. The ABS light flashes until you start moving, because of course it can't tell whether it's working or not until it's got a sense of what's going on. It's fairly comfortable. I think because it's the Sport, the Tiger Sport, it's got quite a hard suspension, but it's not too hard. It still floats. It's still got quite a long travel, you see, so even if it's stiffer, having a long travel does iron out those bigger bumps better than, well, my Thruxton, for example. Right, first gear, off we go. Woohoo! It just doesn't feel quick. Yeah, it just doesn't feel quick. I think it's because it's taller. You're sitting upright. Your arms are quite wide, so you just don't feel like you're going very quickly. Whee! But you are, of course. Whee! So yes, that screen, the wind is hitting me sort of top of my sort of collarbone. And that means a lot of air's going up into my helmet, even though I've got a wind collar thingy job. I mean, sitting, what, 65, that's quite comfortable. If I duck down, no wind buffet. There's still, I don't know really. It's just a non-event. A lovely bike, can't actually fault it. Can't find anything to complain about. Plenty of power, plenty of torque. Very useful. Certainly with that centre stand, that'll make riding through the winter easy, because you just, every time you get home, pop up the centre stand and lube the chain. Whee! It does make maintenance a lot easier. I do miss having a centre stand. My first bike was a Suzuki Bandit with a centre stand. That was much easier. But there you go, Tiger Sport. What can I say about it? Not a lot really. Just a good fun bike. Plenty of power. Good fuel consumption. But yes, it said 60 miles to the gallon. Add 5 on for discrepancies in instrument error and that sort of thing. That's still 55. So there's a good frugal tank. That's actually much better than the Speed Triple. Speed Triple is actually rated something for like 34 miles to the gallon. However, I have a feeling that's just that's for hooning. I reckon you could easily get 43, 44 out of it. Look at the price of fuel! Oh, it's wonderful. And you can absolutely cane it like this. Ready? So it's a bit rapid, but whether you do that all the time, it's just, yeah, this is definitely a commuter bike getting from A to B. It's a bit of a non-event, but a bloody good bike nonetheless. It's not for me because it hasn't got much personality. Alright, let's do this. Let's do the bridge, which is the same bridge I used for the Scrambler. See what it sounds like with the bog standard. Ready? All I could hear was engine noise, I'm afraid. No exhaust. But I might be able to hear something different on the recording. Might be a bit better. So yeah, I'm sitting up straight and I've got a lot of air in my chest. Okay. Obviously, people have a lot of air in their chests because they're breathing. Thank you very much. A lot of buffeting. Anyway. So yeah, you got this little eye toggle switch here for all your information. You've got another I button for between different trips, and you don't have a lap timer like you do on a street triple, but you do have a horn and indicators and a start button and a engine cutout button, and you know, what more do you want? Alright, let's go to 2,000 revs. Let's go to 2,000 revs and see what happens. It pulls. Yeah, it pulls nicely. So yes, it's got a lot of grunt, but it's kind of a wave of grunt. It's not an impact grunt. Yeah, it's not a smash in your face sort of grunt. It's a nice slow, deliberate improvement. But yeah, you can floor it if you want to in first and second, as proven. But it just doesn't. It isn't as much of an event, really. So no, this bike isn't for me. Glad we've come to that conclusion finally. But if anybody's got any questions, I can look them up for them, and I can describe how I feel a bit better rather than on a video. So feel free to ask me questions. Yeah, it's good. It's got a lovely... the engine sounds very nice. It just needs an arrow exhaust, really. So you can actually hear it. Can't hear a bloody thing. Mind you, I do wear earplugs. Probably because of the pipes that I've got on my Thruxton, but there we go. No, I wear earplugs because of wind noise. All that white noise you get is so bad for your ears and tinnitus. Anyway, there we go. That's the end of this ride. Thanks again to Palmer's Triumph. Especially Matt Capel, the manager, who lets me do this. Lovely. So both lights on. Yeah, it's good. I like it. So what are they? Are they full beam? Yeah. Good. So plenty of illumination. Wonderful. Anyway, toodle pip. Ta-ta. Well, I just had a bit of fun with the Tiger Sport. Excellent bike, just a bit dull, no character. Although also came across a Thunderbird Storm that they've got that's black, and it's got the short pipes as well. Oh. Okay, this is the Thunderbird Storm. The short pipes. So these are Triumph pipes. See what they sound like. So, Black Speed Triple or Black Thunderbird Storm. But oh well, such is life. Tally Pally Ho! Oh, yummy. Absolutely yummy.